it's about the I gotta say, it's the stupidest thing in sports. It's about the I gotta say, it's the stupidest thing in sports.
Gets the ball, gets back, pulls up for the win. Got it! Detroit basketball.
Oh, Holloman looks the clock, half court for the win.
Oh! The Lions go for it. The Vikings bring it in. The pass is a touchdown to give. Javi Baez homered earlier. First one in the air, deep left field again. Yes, Tigers win. Javi is unstoppable.
This is BS Sports.
And away we go. Welcome one. Oh man. Hold on. Trying to turn the volume up here. Okay. Who is this that we have? This is a Noah Eagle? No, there it is. Okay. Anyway, we're back. So, all right. Pistons, Cavs, game 4. Now look. Game 3 was a rough Mother's Day weekend, wasn't it? I mean, you go down double digits, you come back, and then you end up just losing. You don't ever reclaim the lead. I don't think and maybe they had the lead briefly, but once they tied it at 104 all, didn't ever come back from there. That kind of sucked, admittedly. That did. But I don't know why. I just have more confidence in this game, which is weird because Vegas and even the analytics doesn't really agree with me totally. You have Pistons with a 56.1 win probability. Vegas says it's Cleveland minus 3.5, 4-point favorites at home. Now, granted, in a playoff game, that's basically, straight ticket. That's not, that's not some crazy, that's not some crazy underdog position that the Pistons find themselves in. Nevertheless, Detroit kind of feels like they're in a must-win moment right now. And it's not because if they lose this game, they're going to lose the series. The series still has plenty of games left to go. Cleveland has to win three more games in order to win this series. You got to win just 2. And if you can win tonight, you go up 3-1, going back to Detroit on Wednesday evening, you put yourself in the best spot. Now, would I have loved to have be done with this series potentially by tonight? Yes, especially because you made it close in game 3. I don't know. I guess if they lose this game, then I'll be a little bit more in I'm a little nervous mode. But right now, I'm not too nervous. I think they're going to win this game. I mean, the analytics certainly think we're going to win this game. At least we have a higher probability of winning this game. Vegas doesn't seem to think we're going to win this game, but I don't know. This just feels like a bounce back day. It feels like, they didn't play their best basketball on Saturday. Cade turned the ball over a lot. That was an issue. Jalen Duren was taken out of the game basically for a good portion of that second half where they had to mount a major comeback. I don't know. Maybe it's just fandom. Maybe it's just hope casting. I think they're going to win this game, and I really hope they come away with the win. Then, we go into tomorrow's show, Pistons will be up 3-1, 1 win away from the conference finals, first conference final since 2008 for Detroit, almost 20 years since they have played a conference finals. And perhaps best case scenario, it'll be against the Knicks because they already took care of business against Philadelphia. You want to talk about lopsided? That was a lopsided series. And I think this is the toughest matchup Detroit is going to have to face. Now, the Knicks they're the Knicks. They're there for a reason, but all season long, the Pistons have been a perfect matchup for the Knicks. They have dominated New York. So, I mean, obviously, regular season is regular season, postseason, postseason, but I don't know, man. You play a lot of regular season games and you look a certain way against a team that has to mean something, or else the NBA as a regular season product I might as well never talk about it. Which I guess I don't know if I'm fine with it because I don't know what I would talk about in, January, February, or even parts of the, December, November. Well, mostly December. Probably not really November. But anyway, there is a decent amount of nerves, but I think we're going to win. Also, I don't know, are the Pistons, are the Cavaliers wearing their throwback jerseys again? Because I did like what they wore on Saturday. I do like the old logo with the old jerseys, the early 2000s Cavs with LeBron James. That was peak cinema. That was absolute cinema. How things have changed for the Pistons since the Magic series game 6. Well, I mean, frankly, since the Magic series game 5. I mean, since they were down 3-1, Pistons won 5 playoff games in a row, up to and including the first 2 of this series. So, and also, I do not buy that James Harden is going to turn back the clock and even turn back the clock. He had a great game. He had his big moments where he basically won the game for Cleveland. I don't believe that is going to remain. I don't trust it. Am I thinking finals? I mean, if they win this series, they'll be. This is such weak commentary, but if they win this series, they'll be 4 wins away from the finals. I am certainly of the belief that they can make it to the finals. They are that good out of the Eastern Conference. However, winning the finals would be a tremendously difficult task. The Thunder, I was like, what am I trying to say? I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a headache. So, the Thunder, the Spurs, I just think those 2 teams. The Wolves, it would be the team that I would prefer to face out of the West, but I don't know if they're going to be able to beat San Antonio. Oh my gosh, here we go. We got the Cavaliers arena announcer. I just can't. I can't with the. I know NBC's trying to show off every team's, but Mason is in a class. He's in a class of his own, dude. It just, whenever I watch NBC games, NBC basketball games, especially in the playoffs, the Orlando Magic guy, he was terrible. Cavs guy, he's terrible. Mason is just in his own class, man. And there are people, believe it or not, there are people who don't like Mason. I don't know how you can not like Mason. He's been doing it for 30 years. He's a classic. He is the epitome of the modern era Pistons, which granted didn't have that much success, but they've had some success recently. All right. Also, it does look like the Cavs are wearing their throwbacks with the old Cavaliers logo in center court, which is cool. I think that's what they're. Yeah, they have the old logos. Yeah, no, they do. They got the throwbacks. Wait, what is? He's got it. That's actually their mascot. I didn't even know they had a mascot, but their mascot's got Wait, they got 2 mascots. What the heck? Why is there 2? There's a guy in a cavalier, a guy with a hat and everything and a sword, and then there's some dog creature. What is that? What is that? Also, by the way, if it sounds like I'm trying to lower my voice, apparently, no, I don't even know how this is true. If you can hear me, let me know. Some neighbor left an anonymous note on my door saying that I was being too loud. Now, I frankly don't know if I was being loud enough, but that's a discussion for another day. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Am I kidding? But so I have some extra sound foam. So I've got, nobody knows this and nobody cares, but whatever. I've got sound foam basically not entirely in front of me, but across a wall in front of me. And then I got some over here, and I got some in the lower parts, and I got blankets on the floor, and I got some sound foam even up there. So, like, I'm out of options unless you want me to cover the walls in sound foam and blankets, because you can't stand to have a slightly loud neighbor. I don't know. I don't even know how they can hear me, honestly. I really don't. The walls in my apartment complex are pretty thick. I've also got my dishwasher going, so we got white noise, presumably to muffle me. But we'll see. Thoughts on the Tigers? Man, they're beat up. It was a nice win last night. They needed to get something going, and they definitely need this day off. But I have to believe that a part of this is the injuries. But look, I mean, I did want them to add more hitting, and not to say that hitting is the problem right now. Hitting is, I don't want to say a non-concern, but it's not as big of a concern as the pitching. The pitching has been terrible, and it's been mostly pitching injuries with, Skubal and Fromber suspension, and the bullpen's been decimated. Yeah, Will Vest is down. Who else? Seabold is down. Like, you're beat up. It's all hell and back. And obviously Justin Verlander's out, and Reese Olson's done for the season. And there's another one. Who else? The list goes on and on and on. Shout out, Don't Stop Believing. And the defense, yeah, they played terrible defense. That's a good point. It's a good point as well. But here we go. Pistons, Cavs. Pistons still wearing their whites, their white jerseys. They have not changed all postseason long, although apparently they are going to bring out the blues in Game 5, which there will, of course, be a Game 5 no matter what. And a jump ball. Looks like there was some fighting for it. And it will be won by Cleveland. Okay, I thought Thompson had it, but fortunately it comes up with James Harden. Harden, bounce pass into Jared Allen. Allen with Duran on him. Not really moving at all. Hands it off to Harden. Harden will drive to the basket, float it up for, I don't know what that was, but Jared Allen ended up with it, but then lost it. Here comes Tobias for a 3-ball. No good. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. Some ugly first possessions here. Mitchell driving, laying it up, won't get it. Rebound goes to Harris. Tobias driving to the basket. Now he stops, pulls it back, throws it over to Duran, and Duran has the ball kicked away. I think he lost it. And they're going to call a turnover. Jalen Duran, I think he had the ball knocked out of his hands and then off his foot. That's what it looked like. So far, nothing for either team. James Harden crossing midcourt. Cunningham now on him. Back over to Allen. Allen forcing Duran to the ground and then lays it in. Oh, my goodness. Jared Allen just bullied Jalen Duran to the ground and then easily laid it in. Not a great start for JD. As Cunningham has the ball knocked out of bounds, it'll be Pistons ball. This is not the start you want to have if you're Detroit. Obviously, it's still just 2-0. Robinson driving to the basket. Robinson back over to Thompson, who gets double teamed. Back over to Robinson. Pump fake. Throws it over to Cunningham. He's going to try a 3 for the lead. Got it. Nice shot from K. Cunningham. Pistons on top 3-2. Evan Mobley with the ball, crossing midcourt. Mobley. Now Robinson's on him. This is not a great matchup. Evan Mobley forcing his way through. Pass it out to Harden. He's going to try a 3. He hits it. Cavs right back on top, and James Harden scoring early. Hope that's the only 3 of his night. Cunningham inside to Duran. Duran trying to bully ball himself up, and he gets blocked, and he gets his own rebound. There's 9 to shoot. Harris has it. Harris into the paint. He's got 4 to shoot. I don't know if he knows it. Harris puts up a fadeaway jumper. It's good. Nice shot from Tobias. 5-5. 9:45 to go. Harden has it. Harden with Cunningham on him. Passes it out to Mobley. Now back over to Harden. Harden almost try to step back. Now he will try to step back. It will not go. That is more of the James Harden we have become acquainted with, as the ball is knocked away and stolen. Here comes James. Stops. Tries a three. Got it. Jeez. 2 threes early for James Harden. He's 2 for 3. 6 points. 6 of the 8 points coming from the beard. Harris. Inside to Asar. Back over to Duren. Duren tries a shot. It won't go. It's going to be out of bounds on Detroit. I think Duren tried to do something with it, and Uncle T, Tobias Harris, took the bait on James Harden. He left him wide open. It's an easy 3 for him as he draws the whistle. And James Harden he's a little beaten up after that drive to the basket where he got knocked there. Oh yeah, definitely took a shot from Jalen Duren, excuse me, jumping in the air, kind of hit him on the side. That can't feel good for the 30-plus-year-old who will shoot free throws. He has been the entirety of their offense, though, this first quarter. James Harden has stepped up at home as he makes the first free throw. It is now a 2-possession lead for the Cavaliers. Harden's averaging 17 points this series at 40.5% shooting. Certainly not peak James Harden numbers, but after a great game 3, he's back in the positives, as they're going to say it's knocked out of bounds on Cleveland. Cade tried a shot, so the Pistons will keep it. But nevertheless, 16 to shoot as Cunningham unable to connect. That's another factor in this game. Cunningham had a slow start in game 3. Now he might have a slow start in game 4 here. Robinson now has it. Duncan going to try a 3. It will not go. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. James Harden driving to the basket. Now he'll stop and retreat on Jalen Duren, not James Duren. Harden driving on Duren. Puts up a step back 2. It won't go. Rebound goes to Detroit. Thompson now has it. Thompson stops. He will step back. Asar probably looking for somebody to pass. No, he's going to drive to the basket, and he'll have the ball knocked out of bounds by Evan Mobley. 10 to shoot. It'll be Pistons ball. Pistons shooting 1 for 4 from 2, 1 for 3 from deep. They are down 5. Just 2 field goals. They're going to call a jump ball? Huh. Okay, I guess I don't know how. That actually did look like it was out on Asar Thompson. And the jump ball is won by Cleveland. Mitchell throws it over to James Harden. Mitchell has yet to get a basket as well. Speaking of, now he has the ball. He will drive, pass it up to Harden. Harden, the hot hand, hits the 3. I mean, he can't miss right now, and Detroit's calling a TO. James Harden has missed just 1 3 tonight. 3 for 4 with 11 of the 13 points. Here's what I will say, though. This can't last. If he's the only one scoring for them, then this might bode well. I know it doesn't look great, but it might bode well for Detroit in the long run of this game. I mean, 11 of the 12 points going to one player means that at the very least, the rest of the players on the court are not able to get easy looks, or at the very least, are not taking shots one way or the other, not making good looks. So you're gonna have to lock in here, but you definitely got to cool him off. Not liking the start, though. I mean, you're down at this point 8, which is not crazy, but again, it's like you get yourself in these holes, it becomes harder and harder to come back. I feel like most of this Copilot commercial is AI, and I can't prove it. I mean, obviously Copilot is an AI, but like, is an AI? Is that the right? That sounds weird, but I don't know if it's like, what's the word? I don't know if the rest of the video is made with AI. Like, I don't know if the guy in the video and the guy in the ad was real. Anyway, just going on and on about commercials because that's what we're in. But yeah, anyway, though, as far as the game goes, James Harden with 11 of the 13 points for Cleveland. That at least tells me that, okay, we've shut down the rest of the team in that first 5 or so minutes. And I can't imagine that this is going to last for him, where he's just going to continue to score all of their points. And if he is going to score all of their points, we can crawl our way back into this. Reminds me of that one, the game earlier in the first round. I think it was the game 7 against the Magic, where Paolo was scoring like all their points, but the problem was he was scoring all their points, which meant that nobody else was scoring. So Pistons were able to crawl their way through just through, their stars coming out and Cunningham and, Tobias Harris playing well and all that. But it should be noted, though, that Kenny Atkinson has yet to lose a home playoff game this year. He is undefeated at home, which bodes well for Detroit because we have home court advantage. So if this goes to 7 games, favor goes to Detroit because he has yet to win a road playoff game. Thompson has it on the inbound. Thompson gives it over to Duren. Duren hands it off to Cade, nearly lost it. Cunningham has to get it into Duren, but it's intercepted. James Harden has it. James Harden bounced past to Jared Allen. It's blocked. But they're going to call a foul. Jared Allen drove to the basket. That looked like a clean block to me. But James Harden is playing out of his mind right now. Oh, no, okay. That's definitely a foul. Hit him right on the hand. Could not elevate on Allen as he nails the free throw, and the Cavs are one free throw away from tripling up Detroit right now. Put themselves into a double-digit lead. And he did not do it. Missed it. Rebound goes to Duren. Thompson moving somewhat quickly. His team's down 9. Handoff to Cade. Cunningham over to Thompson. Thompson Tries to get it to Robinson. Robinson throws it over to Duren, and they turn it over again. Another bad turnover by Detroit. They've only put up 2 field goals this whole game. They've got 2 made field goals, as there's a knock there, and Asar Thompson's got a second foul. Evan Mobley put up a shot. He's heading to the line. Ay, ay, ay. This is an ugly first quarter for Detroit. Ugly first quarter. Yeah, I mean, that kind of call is going to be made, even though I don't love it. The lead is now double digits, 15-5. 10-0 run as Karis LeVert is checking in for Asar Thompson. Somebody's got to come off the floor, and it is Thompson who has struggled. Second free throw from Mobley is good. Lead is 11, 16-5. Pistons at one point were winning this game 5-3. Or I think 3-2, maybe not 5-3, as they had it tied as Karis LeVert immediately puts in a basket. It is now a 9-point lead, 16-7. Dean Wade has it, and they're going to call a foul on Jalen Duren as Jared Allen fell to the ground. Jeez. Lots of whistles being called on Detroit. That's going to get called a lot, if not every time. These are the kinds of things you can't do early in this game. You're putting yourself in a big hole right now. Harden. With Cunningham on him, he's just going to put up a 3. That does not go. It's not the shot that he had been taking all day. If that would have gone, then you might as well just pack it in and try to win in game 5. LeVert driving to the basket. Had the ball somehow end up with Tobias, who hits a 3. How did that even happen? It's now a 6-point lead for Cleveland. Mitchell driving into the paint. Mitchell stops, has to pass it, gets it over to Harden, nearly turned it over. Now Mitchell's got it again. Back over to Harden, bounce pass to Mobley. Mobley will drive into the paint. Mobley gets the layup. Hits it off the glass. Lead is 8. Robinson over to Harris. Harris throws it into Duren. Duren one-on-one. Duren lays it up and in. There you go. Back to a 6-point game. Mitchell driving. Mitchell with a move. Throws it back to Mobley. He's going to try a wide open 3. No good. Cunningham's got the board. Lead is 6. Pistons trying to crawl their way back into it. They were down by 11. Cunningham over to LeVert. He's going to try a 3, and it's good. And now Cleveland's calling a TO as the Pistons have worked it back to a single possession game. Just like that. 5 points from Karis LeVert. 2 for 2 from the field. I can't believe he made that pass to Tobias Harris. I didn't even know where the ball was. See, just like that, man. It's a game of runs. Pistons going a run of their own. They're down just 3, 18-15. What is this? This looks interesting. Widow's Bay. Is it supposed to be like a comedy? Maybe it's like a dark comedy. I don't know. Yeah, definitely was a bit of a weird start, Jorge, but they're crawling their way back into this. It's a 3-point game. See if the defense can continue to clamp up. You know, I mentioned it at that first break. You know, Harden's had 11, and now Harden's got 11 of their 18 points. That's, 7 points from the rest of the team. You know, if he is their scorer, if he's the entirety of their offense for this game, you probably have a pretty good shot because odds are he's not going to score 90 points. Yeah, LeVert, hey, he certainly has more of an offensive presence than Asar Thompson. So while he obviously doesn't have the defensive capabilities that Thompson does, Thompson's one of the top defenders in the league, but you needed some offense. Karis LeVert provided it, not what I would have expected. Nevertheless, you're back in the game. You're not winning, but you're in the game. Yeah, Duran off to a bad start as well with the foul, and I think he's had a couple of fouls. And I mean, he did get a bucket there. He got one to go down, but the turnovers, it's not looking good for him to get a max contract. He thought maybe it was just the Orlando series, then he kind of continued to struggle in the Cleveland series. I mean, assuming the Pistons win it, we'll see how he can look against the Knicks. Like at that point, we're just like, okay, we're running out of series just to show you off, Jalen Duren. If every time we're playing with you in the playoffs and you're not performing, then maybe it's a you problem. PJ Tucker, come on. I don't know if I don't know. Well, I don't want to go that far. I think PJ Tucker is retired at this point, I believe. Although he is an NBA champion with the Bucks. 3-point specialist. I wouldn't describe him as that. That's just a RDC World skit. Yeah, he definitely, he's in his head right now. He's in his head. And maybe it's just that he plays better at home. I don't know. He needs to get out of his, obviously it's affecting his play. He's going to have to figure it out. So Tyson brings it in to Dennis Schroeder, who has checked in. Talk about a heat check. He had an amazing game 3. Danis Jenkins has also checked in. Jenkins over to Allen with Isaiah Stewart on him. And Max Strus back over to Harden. Harden with a floater will not go. It'll be out of bounds on Cleveland. So the Pistons with a chance to tie this game with a 3-ball. LeVert has it. He will cross midcourt with it. Karras over to Jenkins. He could certainly shoot from deep. Jenkins with Schroeder on him. Jenkins trying to find a lane. Can't quite do it. Gets it into Tobias. 7 to shoot. Harris now 5 to shoot. Working on James Harden. Harris puts up a 2. He got it. Wow. That's a beauty. Just floated into the net. It's a 1-point game. Tyson's got it. Tyson inside to Allen. Allen nearly lost it. Got it back. Missed the shot, though. Missed it right underneath the basket. Jenkins has it. Pistons need a basket for the lead. Isaiah Stewart off the glass and in. Just like that, Pistons up 1. 19-18. A 14-2 run in the last almost 3 minutes. Schroeder has it. Schroeder driving on Jenkins. Schroeder hands it off to Strus, excuse me. Now Harden's got it with Duncan Robinson on him. Harden driving. Harden nearly lost it. Now he'll step back, and they're going to call double dribble. And James Harden turns the ball over. First time, and hopefully not the last. Also, by the way, Jorge, I don't know if you've been lurking in here. If I sound like I'm being quiet, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, I have a little bit of a headache. Number 2, apparently an anonymous neighbor said I was being too loud. Didn't decide to name himself, but whatever. I'm going to honor that request. I'm going to try to keep my voice down to a reasonable limit, especially with this being a later game. Jenkins with Schroeder on him. Pistons up 1, trying to extend the lead. Jenkins all the way to the basket. Now Stewart has it. Stewart put up a shot, got his own rebound. Stewart hands it off to Robinson, and that will be turned over. Evan Mobley stole it on the handoff. Schroeder has it. And I believe I can't see who that is. Is that Mobley or Mitchell. He missed it. Either way, LeVert has the rebound. Pistons up just one. Trying to extend that is LeVert. LeVert driving to the basket. Puts up a shot. Won't go. Rebound goes to Tyson. Schroeder now has it. Jared Allen. Or is that Jared Allen? No, 45. That's Donovan Mitchell. Okay, I don't know why I thought that was Jared Allen. Donovan Mitchell now has it. Mitchell driving. Mitchell floater doesn't go. But an offensive rebound goes to Cleveland. Schroeder's got another shot at it. They're going to try a three. No good. Oh, my goodness. Cleveland has gone silent. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Schroeder able to get in front of Danis Jenkins, and now neither team can score. So Schroeder will inbound it. Schroeder gets it into Tyson. 4 for 7 is how they started. Now they are 1 for 8, the Cavaliers. Trying to make it 2 for 9 if they can. Evan Mobley nearly had the ball swiped by Stewart. Strus now has it. Strus puts up a big three. No good. 1 for 9 since starting 4 for 7. Ay. Have not gotten a point in almost 4 minutes. Pistons, though, just with 1 point lead. Cunningham. He's going to try a three. Doesn't get it. And the rebound goes to Evan Mobley. Yeesh. Neither team able to score here late in this first as Schroeder puts up a shot, and finally that one goes, and the Cavaliers are back up 1. Just like that, after all of those misses, Pistons can't even hold on to the lead. LeVert puts up a three, and he hits it. Who is this? Karis LeVert extends the lead to 2. He's got 8 points, 3 for 4. That is craziness. Mitchell, he tries a three for the lead. That will not go, but the rebound, no, they're going to call a loose ball foul against the Pistons. Isaiah Stewart. Yeah, this is Laris Savert. This is not Karis LeVert. This is Laris Savert. Or Kevert. I don't know if it'd be a hard or a soft C. It's a hard C at the beginning, so I figured hard C at the end. I don't know. So a couple of free throws here for Cleveland as they are in the bonus. There are no fouls, by the way, on the Cavaliers. But he missed the free throw, so he won't be able to tie it. That's crazy. There has been 0 fouls so far on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Second free throw to cut the lead in half. Gets it. It is 22-21. Back to a 1-point game. Cavs have missed a couple free throws, 6 for 8 Pistons, yet to shoot a free throw. Yet to get a foul going their way. Cunningham, fadeaway jumper for 2. Got it. Nothing but net from Cunningham. 24-21. Final minute of the first quarter. Counting down. Cade's got 5 points, shooting 50% from the field with a couple of assists. Schroeder hands it over to Mobley. Over to Strus. Strus driving to the paint. Throws it back over to Schroeder. Schroeder thought about a three. Had the ball nearly stolen. Evan Mobley's got it. He's got 5 to shoot. He's going to try a three. That will not go. The big fella cannot shoot from deep today. Pistons trying to go up a little more. Final seconds of the first. Cunningham stops. Back over to Jenkins. Jenkins back over to Javante for a three. No good. So the shot clock's been turned off. Donovan Mitchell with it. Danis Jenkins on him defensively. 12 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. A lot of moves, and the ball is knocked out of bounds with 1.2 to go. It's a great stop there by Karis LeVert. Knocked that ball right out of the hands of Donovan Mitchell. It's out of bounds, Detroit. with 1.2. Mitchell 0 for 4 with 0 points in this first quarter. Schroeder will inbound it. Jenkins is on him. Gets it in. Shot is put off, and it's no good. Donovan Mitchell nearly made that deep three, but he starts this game 0 for 24-21. Pistons leading after one. Trying to go up 3 games 2-1. What is it? I think there was some football player who had the nickname Mr. August, which is so brutal. Early, because if you don't understand, if you're not a football fan, which I don't know how you ended up on this channel, or how you're an American. Anyway, this is a different discussion. Football games, I mean, the preseason is played in August. So if you play really well in August and you're Mr. August, that means you're probably not that great of a player because you're only doing well in the preseason. But hey, if Karis LeVert's going to be our scorer, man, I don't like it long term. The other guys on the team are going to have to step up, but feed the hot hand, man. He's our leading scorer after the first quarter. Let it be known, though, that after that initial timeout, James Harden didn't score a single point for the rest of the quarter. He's got 11 on the night. Need Cade to attack the basket. If not, possible to hit them middies. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you had Tobias Harris hit a 3. Karis LeVert obviously hit a 3. I like the look from Javonte Green, just couldn't hit it. And Cade hit a 3 earlier as well. So, yeah, I mean, they're shooting pretty well. I don't know if they're shooting well from deep. they missed a lot of shots there. But they're keeping themselves in this game with the rebounds and with the defense. This one, it's just going to be close. I just think that it's a tough place to play, Cleveland. They obviously have a lot of basketball fans there. So here's to hoping that Pistons offense can kind of heat up here in the second quarter. Was that Ron Holland? I thought that was Javonte Green. I called that as Javonte Green. I'm sorry if that was not the case. Yeah, he was, but I guess I don't know. Like, I go back and forth with the Paul Reed thing because, yeah, he's obviously he has a role. He does, and I don't want to say don't play him, but you want to appropriately play him, and he is the third string center on this team. Because the other thing I want to say too is you don't want to just bury a Jalen Duren, right? You don't want to you don't want to just totally get rid of his confidence. Now, if he's not playing well, he's not playing well. You gotta try to win the game. But anyway. Holland gets it in to Cunningham. 12 minutes in the half. Or 12 minutes to go until the end of the half. LeVert, he will drive. LeVert puts up a floater. It's good. Hello, Karis LeVert. Scoring threat, Karis LeVert. Anybody? Mobley gets it over to Strus. Max Strus throws it out to Mitchell. He's going to try a 3. Still has not made a basket. Jalen Durham will watch it bounce out of bounds. And Donovan Mitchell, Spida, is 0 for 6 with 0 points. So hadn't even made it to the free throw line. It's a 5-point lead for Detroit. Got to take advantage of Donovan Mitchell being ice cold right now. Got to get ahead here. And there's a whistle away from the play. It's going to be a foul finally on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So LeVert will inbound it. You might as well keep giving LeVert the minutes right now, especially with Asar Thompson with those early fouls. If Karis LeVert is giving you this level of offense, it is what it is. Playoffs can do weird things. Jalen Duren, he will drive on Mobley. Duren will put up a shot off the glass, and it's good. That is what you like to see from JD. The lead is 7. It's an 18-3 run in the last almost 7 minutes. Here come the Cavaliers, though. Throw back to Mobley. He's going to try another wide open 3, and that one finally goes. 28-24 the score. Evan Mobley, who had missed that shot all night, he's 1 for 3. He made that one. Robinson puts up a floater. He's fouled. He's heading to the free throw line. I believe that was the second on number 5 in navy blue. Yeah, Sam Merrill's second foul. All the fouls on Cleveland have been on Merrill. I'm not talking about the Pokemon. Anyone? Hello? Does anyone get that reference? Just me? Duncan Robinson misses the first free throw. In and out. Got to take advantage of your shots here. Pistons are not the best free throw shooting team. Those are the words I was looking for. Second free throw's up. That one's good. Nothing but net. 29-24. A 5-point lead for the Pistons. 10.5 to play in the half. And they're going to call a foul on Ron Holland. Yeesh. Lots and lots of fouls. Bounce pass into Merrill. He gets it over to Mobley. Mobley is getting harassed a little bit there by Duren. Now Mitchell's got it. Mitchell tries a move. Mitchell throws it back to Strus for a 3. Got it. Just like that, the Cavs are right back in it. 29-27. Pistons up by just 2. They were up by as much as, I think, 5. LeVert puts up a floater for 2. Oh, my goodness. Karis LeVert. He's just a walking bucket right now. Where is this coming from? Karis LeVert's got 12 points, folks, on 9 minutes. Mobley driving to the basket, has the ball swiped away. It'll be out of bounds on Detroit. I'm kind of speechless right now. Karis LeVert is the leading scorer in this game, let alone on Detroit. He's got 12 points on the night. This was the Karis LeVert that I think Trajan Langdon wanted to get all season. And, I mean, better late than never, I suppose. Strus puts up a 3. It won't go. Rebound goes to Thompson, who's back out there with LeVert. LeVert's going to try a 3. Why not? Hot hand misses this time, though. Speaking of hot hands, James Harden's back out there. And Strus will have it. Strus will put up an ugly-looking shot, and it'll be rebounded by Asar Thompson. That was not the shot, as the ball is swiped by Strus. Here comes Strus. He will slam it down. Wow. Bad ball handling from Asar Thompson led to a turnover. It's the 8th turnover of the night, and we're not even through 2 quarters. With 13 points off those turnovers, Duren tries a jumper. I don't know what he's thinking, taking that shot up just 2. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell throws it out to Harden. Back over to Merrill. He tries a 3. Got it. And JB Bickerstaff has seen enough. Pistons have lost the lead. It is 32-31 and 11-3 run in the last 2 minutes. I mean, that was a waste of 2 possessions, and JB is going to have some words. Yeah, I mean, you stack those possessions all on top of each other, it becomes a problem. You didn't need to take a 3 if you're Karis LeVert. Then you turn the ball over as Asar Thompson give up an easy dunk, and then you have that just like Jalen Duren should never be shooting a jumper because he just can't do it. That is just. I mean, you're only down one, but not how you wanted to come out. You better. They better come out of this timeout and go on a run of their own here. That's what they did the last time they went on a TO. So I have to imagine it'll be better this time. What? All right. Karis LeVert, though. I mean, 12 points for Karis LeVert in the first half, man. If he's your leading scorer, that actually doesn't bode well for you. You're going to need other guys to contribute and to outscore him on this team, which we're certainly more than capable of. But what do you want me to say? I mean, he's having a great game right now, but you're going to need other guys to step up if you want to win this game. Because I can't imagine that Karis LeVert is going to continue to score like this. And we just saw James Harden. He hasn't made a basket. He got 11 points, and then he's done. At least for right now, obviously. But other guys on the Cavs have stepped up. You know, Merrill and Merrill just made the one shot, I guess. But Max Strus, Donovan Mitchell still has yet to make a basket, though. Like, here's the thing. I do still feel pretty good, even though we're down one. Feel pretty good about our depth beating their depth. There are so many advertisements on the WNBA jerseys. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys could tell. That was crazy. It was like 3 different ads. That's crazy. Yep. So Pistons down just 1. Need a basket. Cunningham will drive. Cunningham into Asar. Asar will lay it up and in, and the Pistons right back on top. Just like that. That's how you want to come out of a timeout. Immediately get a quick and easy basket. Mobley bouncing off of Duren. He throws it out to James Harden. He's going to try a 3 for the lead. No good. Bounced it up. He got his own rebound somehow, and they're going to call a foul. James Harden was begging for the call, and he got it. Duncan Robinson called. That is a rebound that you got to get. I mean, you just, got lucky with Harden missing the open look and to not come away with the rebound, and worse yet, give up a foul. That is Robinson's second foul of the night. And Cade just put a foot in front of that ball, and it'll be another inbound for James Harden. Mobley back over to Harden. Harden has no lane right now. Now he has a little bit more room with Robinson on him. He will drive. Back over to Merrill. He tries a 3, and he got it. At the buzzer of the shot clock, he hits a 3. 35-33. 6 points. 2 from 3. 100% accurate. Inside to Duren, who will drive. And Duren, oh my goodness. What in the world was that? Duren just slowly jogging into the paint and just got immediately blocked as now Merrill's going to try another three, and that one finally doesn't go. Heat check for Sam Merrill, and he goes cold. And a lob and a layup to tie it up. There you go. That's more like it, JD. 35 all. Harden with it. Harden nearly lost it. Merrill's going to try another three. Okay, now you missed a couple in a row here, Sam. You better, he's probably got to start taking some better looks. Cunningham over to Thompson. Inside to Duren. Duren tried to get it to Thompson, and I mean, I don't know who to blame more on that possession, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what to make of that. That was terrible. Schroeder puts up a three. No good. Rebound will go to Detroit. Pistons have some numbers. Here comes Cunningham. He's driving. Cunningham gets fouled, and he hits the shot. Count it, plus a free throw. 37-35, and that is how you come out of a timeout. And I believe that's going to be on Dennis Schroeder, Cade's old teammate. Chance to go up 3 points. Free throw is up, and he nails it. 38-35. 6:44 to go in the quarter. Cunningham has 8 points, shooting 3 for 5 with 4 assists. He's got half as many assists as he has points. Schroeder over to Jared Allen. Allen over to Sam Merrill. Merrill back over to Schroeder. He's wide open. He's going to try a three, and he drains it. Game is tied, and this Cavaliers team, they are a threat to shoot from deep, and they are showing why. Robinson over to Cade. Cunningham forcing his way through. Cunningham out to Thompson. I think he thought about shooting a three, and he thought against it. Thompson's now got it near the basket, and he throws it away. Ah, my goodness, Asar. Talk about a nightmare start for him. I mean, somebody's got to put up a shot in that sequence. Way too many passed up options. And the fact that K gets it over to Asar, he's obviously not a shooting threat from deep. He's not a shooting threat in general. And Karis LeVert back out on the floor, thank goodness. Asar going to the bench. Jenkins also back out there. Schroeder with the ball. Schroeder driving, and he lost it. Here come the Pistons. Tobias Harris. He's got LeVert. LeVert driving. LeVert off the glass and in. Karis LeVert continues his scoring run. It's 40-38. He's got 14 points with just 2 misses. Harden's at the logo. Harden will drive on Jenkins. Harden will lose the ball. Here comes Tobias Harris. Gets it over to LeVert. Another turnover. Inside to Duren. Duren getting triple teamed. He's fouled. Finally, somebody got contact in on him. And I believe it was Wade. It might have been Schroeder. It's a nice turnover there, though, by Tobias Harris, another former teammate of Dennis Schroeder last year with the Pistons. And since starting on that 11-point scoring run, James Harden has yet to get a basket, and he's turned the ball over a couple of times. Cade's got it. 12 to shoot. Cunningham brings it into Tobias. Tobias with Harden on him. Tobias trying to force his way through, and he does, but he tries to dunk it. Isaiah Stewart got the rebound, though, and he will lay it in. Oh, my goodness. Whew. It was a nice block there by Cleveland, but Stewart was there for the putback, and he got it back in. 42-38, Pistons up by 4 with 5:04 to go in the quarter. This has been a battle for sure. These two teams are fighting for their lives, obviously. Cleveland certainly fighting for it. I think this is absolutely a must-win for Cleveland. So as far as I'm concerned, if it's a must-win for them, it's got to be a must-win for us. Well, maybe not. That actually doesn't. I realized after I thought like 2 seconds, I was like, wait, no, that doesn't hold. But good defense. We're getting some turnovers. Finally getting some points off those turnovers too. Look, it's just a matter of getting on an offensive roll. What we know this team is capable of doing. We're only capable of doing it against this Cleveland team. Yeah, Asar is frustrated for sure. He's got just the 2 points, and he's got multiple fouls. He's turning the ball over. Yeah. Tobias on 7 rebounds. Duran really, yeah, I mean, Duran's gotten some scoring, though. I'll give him credit there, but yeah, Tobias leading the team in rebounds is not what you would expect. I mean, you got plenty of game left to make up for it. But he's got some points. He had a lob from Tobias, I believe. And he's had a few nice shots, but yeah, it's overall not the most. I mean, here's the problem, and it's not a problem with fans or anybody, pointing out his failures or anything like that, but everything is scrutinized with him right now, especially because of the way he played in that Magic series. And that's unfortunate for him because he's in a contract year, but he's going to be scrutinized like this for probably much of his career. At least until he's on a contract. Whatever that contract ends up looking like. The other thing, too, that's big in this game, they're showing Donovan Mitchell. If the Pistons can continue to keep him from scoring the basketball, that does not bode well for Cleveland. I mean, he's 0 for right now. 0 for 3 from 2, 0 for 3 from 3, and obviously there's 0 points there. I mean, obviously, he doesn't have any free throws. But Pistons up by 4. James Harden with the ball. 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Also, they were playing Don't Stop Believin', which is funny because that song is a lot of the time associated with Detroit. Mobley puts up a floater. It's good. 42-40. Pistons trying to stay up on top. Mobley's got 9 points on 50% shooting. Bounce pass into Harris. Harris with, I believe that's Mobley on him. Harris forcing his way, puts up a fadeaway 2. That does not go. Here come the Cavaliers. Mitchell still in search of that first basket. He will drive. Mitchell puts up a circus shot. It doesn't go, but he has a chance for some points. Heads to the free throw line. Javonte Green, call for the contact. I mean, I didn't hate that shot from Tobias. He does make those, and he has made them in the playoffs. Just good defense, though, from Mobley. So this could tie it if he makes both these shots. And he missed it. Oh, my goodness. He missed the first free throw, so at least he will cut it to 1. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes it's just not your night. And right now, it doesn't appear to be Donovan Mitchell's night. See if he can make the second one. He does hit it. So finally on the scoring board is Mitchell. That's his first point of the night. And we are under 5 minutes to go at the half. LeVert driving to the paint. LeVert putting up a circus shot of his own. That will not go, but they're going to call a loose ball foul on Cleveland. No, they're calling it on Isaiah Stewart? Oh, yeah, okay. He hit I thought it was other way around. Never mind. Isaiah Stewart called for the contact. It's pretty clear that it was. And a bad pass, but James Harden was there to save it. And that ball is going to be knocked out of bounds on Cleveland. Max Strus drove to the basket, had it swiped, and knocked off his own knee. LeVert now has it. LeVert back over to Tobias. He's going to try a three, and it goes in. Tobias Harris swirls the three in, and it's now 10 points for Uncle T. 45-41. Pistons up 4 with 3.5 to go. Harden crossing midcourt. Gets a pick from Mobley. Harden. Now Harris is on him. Uncle on Uncle crime. As he puts up a shot, it won't go, but he is fouled. So James Harden will head to the free throw line, trying to get his first points since starting the game with 11. It's a third foul, though, on Stewart. Yeah, you got to put Paul Reed in if Isaiah Stewart's in foul trouble as well. Which he is. He's got 3 fouls. First shot is good. Lead is now 3 for the Pistons. Paul Reed licking his lips, I bet. But Jalen Duren has checked in. And Harden hits the second one. Lead is now just 2 for Detroit. It has been a close game. Cleveland held the largest lead of 11. But since then, it's been back and forth for both of these teams. Cunningham with Harden on him. Step back for 2. It's money. That is so good from Cade Cunningham. He hits that, gotta be over 70% of the time. He's got 10 points right now. And there's a pass to a wide open Mitchell. And finally, it goes down at a bad time because it's now just a 1-point lead for Detroit. Donovan Mitchell nails a deep 3 to get his 4th point of the night, 1 for 7 from the field. Lead is now just 1. Tobias Harris has the pass from Cade. Harris with 8 to shoot. He's got Mobley on him. Harris going to drive. Harris puts up a shot. It will go off the bounce. 49-46. 3-point lead back for Detroit. Mitchell driving. Mitchell throws it out to Strus to tie it. No go. Rebound goes to Allen. Allen puts up a shot. It won't go, but he is fouled. Jalen Duren called for the contact. This is not the start from some of the better defenders on this team in Duren, Thompson, and Stewart. All of them finding themselves in foul trouble. Duncan Robinson checking into the game for Javonte Green. I mean, that's a missed rebound for Duren. Now, granted, it's against Jared Allen. Both those guys are bigs. Both those guys can get rebounds, but no, I mean, if you want to be a big-time center in this league, Duren, you got to be able to get those rebounds. You just do. Jared Allen's got 5 points on 3 boards with a block. Duren now has it. Speaking of, Duren, now he's got to pass it, and he gets it to Cade somehow. Cunningham with Mitchell on him. Cunningham dribbles, step back jumper, no good. LeVert tried for the rebound, but Uncle T has it. Now LeVert's going to try a 3. The hot hand will not get it. And once again, a rebound by Tobias Harris. Boy. 10 to shoot. Cunningham at the free throw line. Cunningham throws it back to LeVert. He's going to try another three, and that one does go. Nice shot from Karis LeVert, and it's a 4-point lead for the Pistons off a couple offensive rebounds. Mitchell's going to try a three to match him. That didn't look good off the jump, but the rebound goes to Strus. Here comes James Harden. Harden called for the contact. It's going to be on LeVert. My goodness. Boy, that was a heck of an effort, though, by the Pistons. And Karis LeVert, he's the hot hand right now. He is scoring. Get him the basketball. Let him try an open look. And Harden's trying to cut the lead to just 2. And he nails the first one. It's a one-possession game, 52-49, with 1:10 to go in the quarter. This is neither team pulling away here, but the Pistons on top right now. Oh. And Harden nails the second one, 52-50. And I think Cunningham got fouled. Yeah, Max Strus called for a foul. Boy, that's an unnecessary foul there for Max Strus, a guy who is a sharp shooter, definitely gets them points off the bench. Can't afford to give up an easy foul like that and just let Cade Cunningham go to the free throw line. Got to take these free throws where you can get them, though. And he nails the first one. It's now a 3-point lead for the Pistons. And he nails them both. See, that's what, I mean, he just gave 2 free points to the Pistons. If you're Max Strus, that's an unnecessary, I mean, any foul, I guess, would be unnecessary, but that foul certainly served no help. Mitchell has it. Mitchell, bounce pass is nearly stolen, and now it finally is stolen. They're going to say out of bounds on Donovan Mitchell. He fell to the ground with the ball, ended up out of bounds. Pistons have it, 46.3 to go in the quarter and in the half. Into LeVert. Mitchell with just 4 points and 1 basket. Duren back over to Tobias. Tobias will drive. Tobias will lay it up, and he'll lay it in. 6-point lead for the Pistons. It's 56-50. 30 seconds to go. Harden's got it. I don't know why he's not moving a little faster here. Harden just gets past midcourt. He's got 14 to shoot, so a little bit more game clock. Harden is at the logo. Harden will drive. Harden will bounce it in to Mobley, who will slam it. Now with 8 to shoot, Cunningham bringing it up. 5 to shoot. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cunningham puts up a floater. Doesn't go. I think he wanted a foul, but at the half, Pistons are up by 4. It's 56-52. Pistons trying to go up 3-1, and Cunningham is begging for a foul. If you would believe it, Karis LeVert is the leading scorer in this game with 17 points. We're gonna listen to I don't think I've ever heard Karis LeVert. Hold on, I'm gonna listen. He's a plus 14 player at the half. Yeah, you got to play Karis LeVert. Just the way that it's going right now, you got to keep the hot player in. What's going on with the Sabres, Zing? Let me take a look, actually. Let's see. They're not playing. Are you talking about like in general? I thought they were playing. The Wild though, they're up 1-0 against Colorado, trying to even up that series. What is the status of that series in Buffalo? They're down 2-1 on the road. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, but they could bring it back. I mean, the thing is, Montreal has the experience. This is the first run of it with Cleveland, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is just kind of an experience gap there. The season finale of Saturday Night Live. Can it be the series finale? Can we just end it? But I hope that this is quiet enough for my neighbor. It's been like a library in here, right? I could be much louder. I could. And this is me being quieter with more sound foam and blankets. You guys can't even see the blankets. Yeah, it's like just cut off. Hold on. Wonder if I do a solo show. Yeah, no, you still can't see them. Anyway. I'm being respectful, okay? This is what respect looks like, guys. It looks like an anonymous note left on your door 2 days after you went live. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what did you think it looked like? Apparently I'm too loud. I don't know, man. Be a Pistons fan. No, I'm kidding. I mean, maybe I've been too loud. What do you got? Do you guys think I've been too loud? Think the Lakers can make history and come back? No, I don't. I have zero faith in the Lakers coming back. I never really had much faith in the Lakers going into this playoffs. Zing, to be perfectly honest with you. They were a team that I would have loved for the Pistons to play because I think we would have annihilated them. I think that's a perfect matchup out of the West. But now of the remaining teams, it's probably the Minnesota Timberwolves. Not that it's a perfect matchup, but it's a matchup that I feel most confident in. Whew, man, it's gonna be a close one, guys. I think this game is gonna come down to the final minutes or minute. I hope it doesn't. I hope the Pistons just pull away here and give me a little bit more, calm, so that I'm not super stressed going into the late hours of the night. Karras, otherwise known as Carmelo Levert. No, I'm not giving you Kay Cunningham, Zing. You're out of your mind. You can keep Austin Reeves, though I would take him. I would take him. I wouldn't mind the pickup, even though I'm not a huge Austin Reeves guy. I'll take Austin Reeves if you want. I'll give you Thompson, Holland, and a first-round pick for Austin Reeves. I will. I'll give you this year's first round. How about that? I'll give you Chaz Lanier. You want Chaz Lanier? You want Tolu Smith? Who do you want? Also, by the way, speaking of off-season stuff, apparently Lions Week 2 game has been confirmed. It's going to be Thursday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. First Thursday night prime game of the year. I mean, I guess I'd rather get it over with early. Like, get that game done. 2 firsts for Austin. You're out of your freaking mind. 2 first-round picks? You're out of your mind. Ain't no way. Zing is a troll, dude. He does a little trolling, as they say. Somebody put Drummond on the phone. You want Andre Drummond? I don't know if I want Andre Drummond. I mean, it would be kind of funny if we brought him back with Tobias Harris. Like, could you imagine telling someone 10 years ago that Andre Drummond and Tobias Harris would win an NBA championship with the Pistons? But it would be in 2026. I wouldn't mind him. I mean, I guess it depends on what the rest of the. I don't think Isaiah Stewart is a free agent. And I mean, like, I don't know. It wouldn't unless you just say you want to watch Jalen Duren walk, which maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not there yet, and I don't think that the team is there yet. I think he is going to get a contract here. I would be shocked if he just walks in free agency. Because they would need to fill that gap. And I know what you're saying. Well, he's playing terribly in the play. Well, yeah, but he's shown a lot of potential as a younger player to get better. You know, his runway is there. Whether this year was just his peak and he's downhill from here, I don't know. And obviously, yeah, effort is a question, at least in this game and in much of the playoffs. I'm not denying the struggles of Jalen Duren. I'm not ready to move on from him because I don't know that his replacement is going to be so easy to find. In my opinion. But also, Andre Drummond is putting in effort now when he had been. That was part of the reason he left, right? Was that he was just like he had very little effort. Yeah, I mean, like you can probably find a decent vet. But at this point, Isaiah Stewart's a vet, you know, like in a way, he's not he's the longest tenured player on the Pistons. He's something of a old head. Obviously, Tobias Harris is the vet on the team. Well, I mean, I guess I understand why these Sky Rizzy commercials, the like plaque psoriasis thing. I guess I understand why they always seem to involve swimming because it shows a lot of skin, but like surely there's other avenues, I guess. Surely they could just anyway, I don't know. I'm just pharmaceutical commercials should be banned. You know what especially should be banned? No song parodies from pharmaceutical companies. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, I mean, like, again, it's like, I think the way Duren is playing in these playoffs really only tells me just how absolutely meaningless the regular season is, which is so frustrating, right? Because it's like, well, why am I watching the regular season? Just call me when the playoffs start at that point. But it's like I'm watching the league, right? I'm a sports talk show. I have to talk about the league if the Pistons are playing well. What do you want me to say? Like, it's like, oh, no, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously it's showing why it could potentially not matter, but anyway. But I'm going to go use the restroom really quick just because I realize I haven't gone and I don't want to be holding it in the third quarter. So I'll be back. Yeah, I agree with you on the Drummond potential. I guess the difference is that with Drummond, you didn't really have a lot of great assets around Drummond, so you really weren't. You shouldn't have been in the business of, bringing back a Drummond because you weren't good enough. You needed to bring in. You need to reset in a lot of ways, or just completely reevaluate. Or add a lot more than just an Andre Drummond, but at that point, the Pistons were not really much of a place to play. So, now you can probably afford to pay a Duran and then also bring in some other guys because I think he does do a lot for this team's culture. I think he does have value. Postseason notwithstanding, I imagine he can play better if given more, runway in with less pressure on him to perform in a way, if that makes sense. All right, here we go. Final 2 quarters. Pistons are up 4. Trying to go up 3-1 and avoid a series tie going back into Detroit for game 5. I do hate that throughout this entirety of this postseason, we have yet to have Mike Tirico on a call. Like, why have we yet to get the A team on NBC? That's just crazy to me. I mean, I don't mind Noah Eagle. I like Grant Hill and I like Robbie Hummel, but come on, man. Come on. Why can't we get Tirico and Reggie Miller? Like that it's ridiculous that he's only called the Thunder. Ridiculous. All right. Well, the Pistons will start with it. So, advantage Pistons in terms of trying to extend their lead here. Inbound goes to Cunningham. Here comes the Pistons. Here comes the Pistons. Here come the Pistons. Grammar's hard. Dean Wade on Cunningham throws it out to Tobias. Tobias back over to Asar. Tobias puts up a jumper for 2. He airmails it. It's going to be out of bounds on Detroit. Not the way you want to start the quarter. Mobley nearly had it swiped by Cade. Bounced it into James Harden. Harden driving on Harris. Harden bounce pass into Mitchell, who gets the floater to go. Lead now 2. Tobias Harris moving rather quickly up the court. Mitchell's got just 6 points, but he's got the first 2 of this quarter. Duran over to Cade. Cunningham over to Harris. He's going to try a 3-ball. It won't go, and the rebound is fought and won by the Cavaliers. Here comes Cavs trying to tie this game up. Donovan Mitchell puts up a shot, and he hits it. Donovan Mitchell starts the scoring and ties it up. Just like that, man. Ugly start for Detroit. Multiple misses and then multiple field goals given up, both by the same player who hadn't done anything the entire game. And now he's got a chance to reclaim the lead on a 5-0 run. Half of his points coming in this quarter alone. And he does make the free throw, and the Cavaliers are on top. 57-56. Cunningham taking it all the way. Floater, no good. And once again, the Pistons off to a slow start in the quarter, and Mitchell fell to the ground but held onto the ball somehow. Here comes Mobley underneath the basket, throws it out to Wade. Back over to Harden. Here's a 3 from Mitchell. He got it. Donovan Mitchell has come alive in the third quarter. And the Cavaliers, on an 8-0 run, forced J.B. Bickerstaff to call TO. 60-56. Just like that. Boy, oh boy. That is about the worst way to come out of the half. That doesn't make me feel good about the outlook of this game. When you come out of the half like that, up 4, just immediately give up an 8-0 run. Come on. Like, what were you doing and what were you talking about in the locker room? Especially when all those 8 points came from a guy that you were shutting down in the first half. Now, you can easily crawl your way back into this, but yeesh. Not a good look, but we know it's not over. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We can definitely go back on a run here. We've looked pretty good coming out of timeouts throughout this game. Just hoping that we can continue that. But, like, to me, it's like, come out of the third quarter, or come out of the half. Like, show a little bit of, gusto. You got a chance to go up 3 games to 1. You got a chance to put a dagger in this team in 2 more games. Like, let's pick it up. Let's strangle them, right? Don't give them life. I can't believe that. What's his name? Simon Cowell is still doing these like game shows. Or not game shows. What's it called? What actually is America? Is America's Got? It's not really a game show. I don't think America's Got Talent is the game show. It's like a do things show. I don't know. Now look again. The beginning of the first quarter, James Harden was the one with the hot hand, and he was scoring crazy, and the Cavs got up. So you gotta, maybe you think, okay, well, Donovan Mitchell is doing all the scoring right now. Where's the rest of his team? Can you at least like suffocate the rest of the team to where Mitchell's got to do it all, and you can crawl your way back into it? Here's a three from Cunningham, and that will not go. Not the shot to take there. I'm sorry, it's just not. Mobley with it. Mobley back out to Harden. Harden driving. Harden nearly lost it. Got it somehow to Allen, and he makes the shot. Lead is now 6. Pistons have yet to make a basket in this half. A 10-0 run for the Cavaliers gives them a 6-point lead. Robinson has it, and he's fouled. Donovan Mitchell called for the contact, and that is definitely a much needed foul on Mitchell, given the way he started scoring. And they're going to call an offensive foul. And they're going to call it on Jalen Duren. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I mean, that is, yeah, obviously you got to be better if you're Duren because you know who you're working with, but Paul Reed has checked into the game for a reason right now. But that is a ridiculous call. I'm sorry. James Harden, here's your Oscar, buddy. And Wade has the ball swiped away, but he came away with it somehow. Harden bounced it into Mobley, and he airballs it. It's going to be a shot clock violation. And immediately, Paul Reed makes a defensive impact. Let's hope he can make an offensive impact as the Pistons are down 6. 2-possession game. Well, the Pistons really hadn't been able to shoot from deep. Cunningham, spin move. Cunningham inside to Thompson. Stops underneath the basket. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Pistons have yet to make a field goal. Mitchell with it. Tobias Harris on him. Mitchell gets open. Puts up a 3. Got it. That's what happens. Now a 9-point lead. Pistons have not gotten a single point this quarter. Cunningham turns it over. What in the world is this? Harden drives, throws it out to Wade. Back over to Mobley. Mobley back over to Harden. He's going to try a 3, and he got it. And JB Bickerstaff's calling a TO. His team's down 12. Largest lead of the night for Cleveland. Pistons were up by 4, and they are now down 12. This is pathetic, man. Coming out of the quarter, coming out of the half like this, no points. That is unacceptable. Ugh. I don't like this commercial. I don't like this at all. I don't like that State Farm commercial. I don't like that at all. What is this weird? This movie looks stupid. That movie looks terrible. Is God is that looks just atrocious. Like, well, gonna need a crazy run here in the second half for the Pistons. At least as crazy as the run the Cavs just went on. They were down by 4. They go on a 16-0 run. All right. Let's get back into this game here, fellas. Yeah, just a bad pass from Cunningham. And, of course, James Harden finally knocking down a 3. Danis Jenkins has checked into the game. Jenkins gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham will drive it. Cunningham, he'll turn it over. Just like that. I mean, this is coming off a timeout, really? At some point, you got to make a shot, guys. Mitchell, step back 3. Got it. This is unbelievable. 71-56. Pistons have not scored since the quarter began. This is just ugly, man. This is just pathetic. And nearly stolen, Paul Reed. He will step back, then stop, back it over to Levert. Levert over to Jenkins. Jenkins will drive off the glass. It's knocked out of bounds. Jared Allen with a block. 0.6 to shoot. And the Cavs have just started to dominate here in the second half. I don't know what Kenny Atkinson was telling them in the locker room, but whatever it was, it worked. Shot clock violation on the Pistons on the inbound. JB Bickerstaff trying to rally his team. I don't know what they said in that huddle, but it is the Cavaliers are trying to make this a real series right now. Mitchell puts up a 3. That will be short. And they're going to call loose ball foul in Detroit. Paul Reed. I mean, this is just, this is about as bad as you can get it. Yeah, right? Maybe. Allen will slam it down. It is now 73-56, a 21-0 scoring run. It's a playoff franchise record since 1997. Not exactly what you want as far as history, and another miss, and a foul called on the floor, and it's actually called against Cleveland. Yeah, an avalanche is right. Spiral Roots. Not scored this quarter. Paul Reed gets it. Now Cade's got it. Cunningham will turn it over again. I mean, this is just incredible. I mean, talk about everything going wrong. The turnovers, the missed shots. And at this point, I can't remember the last time they put up a shot. Mitchell with a spin move, and he nails it. Cavs are almost up by 20. What in the world, man? Nearly turned over again. Paul Reed will drive, and he will slam it. And finally, the bleeding stops for now. And the first points of the quarter are Paul Reed's. Mitchell puts up a floater, and it's good. I mean, I don't know what in the world happened, but this Cleveland team was not the Cleveland team of the first half. I know that. Paul Reed tries a three, and he hits it. Paul Reed's the entire offense for the Pistons this half. Lead's now 16. It was an ugly jumper. And Mitchell puts up a shot. He's fouled. My goodness. What a run for Cleveland. 21-0 to start the quarter. That is just... There's no other word to call it other than unacceptable, man. Like, you can't... Oh, okay, so they lost a point. How far in advance can they do that? If they take away a three to become a two... Like, can they go, like, at the end of a game and do that? I don't know. Probably has to be in the game, but... Like, couldn't that change a lead? Yeah, he's definitely a two. His foot is on the line there. Lead is 16 now, though. Wade, I don't know if has Wade gotten any points tonight. Feels like he's been pretty quiet. Not that it matters right now, because it's a 17-point lead for Cleveland. Quite a turn. 2 for 10. Magic, 10 for 12. Or Magic. Cavaliers. LeVert puts up a shot. Got it. And the foul. Karis LeVert, the hot hand, continues to score. Now, look, Pistons can try to crawl their way back into this, but it's going to take a pretty Herculean effort. Shot is up, and he nails it. 4-point play for LeVert, or 4-point play, 3-point play. 14-point lead. Mitchell over to Jared Allen. Allen back over to Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell with Harris on him. Mitchell driving. Mitchell with a floater. Got the bounce. I mean, now everything is just coming up Donovan Mitchell. I mean, like, it's unreal. Guy's got 25 points. He started the game with 4. 21 points this quarter. Unreal. Paul Reed ends up getting it to Robinson, and Robinson's fouled. That is his 3rd foul. Sam Merrill. And James Harden is checking back in. Donovan Mitchell's heading to the bench. This is the chance now for Detroit. That's their biggest offensive threat right now this quarter. So now you got to crawl your way back into this game. LeVert will drive. LeVert will lay it up and in. Leads back down to 14. Harden just crossing the quarter. 22 points for Karis LeVert on 20 minutes. Unreal. Harden will drive, throw it out to Merrill. He's going to try a 3-ball. That will not go. Paul Reed with the rebound. With the rebound, I should say. I shouldn't say that. Reed driving. Reed puts up a floater. It's good. Oh, my goodness. The entirety of the offense has been Paul Reed and Karis LeVert this quarter. The lead is now 12. James Harden. Bounce pass over to Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder will drive. He will stop. Back over to Merrill. Merrill tries a 3. It's an ugly-looking shot. It won't go. Karis LeVert with the rebound. Pistons trying to make it potentially single digits. Paul Reed with a nice spin move. He draws a foul. He will head to the free throw line, try to make it a 10-point game. They are trying to crawl their way back into it. Literally, all of the scoring this quarter has been Paul Reed and Karis LeVert. I don't think any other Piston has scored this quarter. And he missed the first free throw. So it won't be a 10-point lead. It could be an 11-point lead. Timeout's called. Pistons trying to get their way back into this game. James Harden's got a double-double right now. Double-digit scoring, 10 assists. Donovan Mitchell has jumped his way, leapfrogged his way to the scoring, the game leaders in scoring. But Karis LeVert, man, this is like the best game he's had all season. 22 points. Crazy. So Paul Reed will shoot free throw number 2. Try to make it an 11-point lead for Cleveland. Second shot is up, and he missed them both. Those are big free throws to miss. If you're Paul Reed, Pistons have missed 3 free throws on the night. Those were 2 of them. 5 for 8. Cavs have also missed 3 free throws, but they've taken 19. A foul just got called on Duncan Robinson, who, by the way, I think has a big 1 point, I believe. 1 singular point for Duncan Robinson. Harden gets it into Mobley. Mobley nearly lost it. He's getting worked. He's got to pass the ball. Mobley spinning around. How is that not a travel? But he finally coughs it up. Here comes Levert. Levert in the paint, finds Paul Reed underneath the basket. He lays it up and in. 10-point game. Paul Reed coming alive for this offense. Schroeder with Robinson on him. Merrill. Or I'm sorry, that's... Oh my gosh, what is his name? I don't remember. James Harden puts up a floater. It's no good. Mobley with the rebound. And he's fouled. Strus. I don't know why I blanked on Max Strus's name. I don't know how that wasn't a travel. I mean, he was doing the spin move. Felt like forever. I figured at some point he would, take an extra step, but I guess he didn't. Second foul on Cade Cunningham as Evan Mobley nails the first. Back to an 11-point lead. And the second free throw is good. Lead is now 12. Pistons can make it single digits with a 3. That seems less and less likely. And they're going to call an 8-second violation. Cunningham unable to get it up as Max Strus poked it out. Another turnover on Cade, who's had an off night. Second off night this series in a row. There's a shot from 3, no good. Robinson on the board. Levert, step, no. Now he will give it up to Paul Reed. Paul Reed over to Robinson. Robinson will lob it to Paul Reed underneath the basket. Now Robinson pump fake. Robinson for 3, got it. And it is single digits, 82-73, minute 35 to go. James Harden's going to try a 3, and he nails it. Well, so much for that. Brought it back to single digits only to lose it immediately. Jenkins back over to Reed. He thought about the 3. Reed got it back to Jenkins. Jenkins tried a shot, and Mobley knocked it out. It's going to be out of bounds on Detroit. I mean, the Pistons were able to get it to single digits and then immediately gave it up, and then they couldn't score right on that back. I mean, the Cavs playing like the Pistons right now. 7 blocks. Pistons just 1 block. And a lot of that is the limited time from Asar Thompson. Harden thought about the 3. Now Schroeder thought about the 3. Instead, he'll try a floater off the glass and in. It is a 14-point lead for the Cavaliers. What a nightmare third quarter this has been. Jenkins gave it back to Reed, and he lays it up and in. I mean, it's just been the Paul Reed show in this quarter. Paul Reed with 11 points, all in the third quarter. Problem is his team's down by 12. Harden nearly lost it. Now Harden will put up a 3. He airmailed it. And are you serious? There's a foul? Really? 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 Where did he... So James Harden will get 3 free throws. And of course he makes the first. I mean, it's not good from Duncan Robinson to foul there. But furthermore, I'm sorry. In what world is that a foul? Really? Like that is just... This is ridiculous if that's a foul. Shadow contact. And he makes the second one. Tobias Harris checks in. And he makes all three. So much for a 9-point lead for Cleveland. It is now back to a 15-point lead. Jenkins will drive off the glass. No good. Paul Reed on the putback. I mean, he's literally the entire offense. Airmails it, and it's going to be no good. So 13-point lead going into the final quarter. Pistons going to need a heck of a run to come back and win this. Huh. Well, I figured they were doing it because it was we already were going to play the Bills. And it's a good matchup. And I did mention this earlier, Detroit fan. I think it's good because it gets that Thursday night game out of the way. You know, like that you hopefully you aren't dealing with injuries by then. So you should still be relatively healthy. Yep. So they don't get all the games. That's a good point. I guess they're looking more for the marquee matchup. I mean, the last time the Lions played the Bills was a really good game. Although obviously both teams are much different in terms of roster than they were at the time they played them last. So that would be a real good win early for Detroit as far as setting the tone for the season. I would say, you know, if they can get that win. I don't know who they will end up matched up with in week 1, but obviously that would like it could very well be a very stressful beginning of the season for Detroit. So they're gonna have to get off to a good start here. 25 on was it 25 unanswered? Was that like the total at the end? Like including the second quarter? Yeah. Well, either way, it was ugly, but you got a whole fourth quarter to make up for it, I guess. That's the only thing I can say about it, you know. You're down 13. That's not that's not like a totally insurmountable lead. Struce throws it out to Mobley. Mobley inside to Merrill. Merrill outside to Mitchell. Bad shot, no good. They're going to call a foul on Evan Mobley. Well, I thought the first half we played pretty gutsy, Jimmy. Then the third quarter happened, and that was just atrocious. There's no other way to put it. So now it's just a matter of seeing how they can finish. Cunningham does not get the shot. Cunningham has had another bad game. I mean, hasn't really been able to get anything going. And there's a layup by Mobley to make it a 15-point lead. I mean, you're going to have to go on a run here. You got to go on a double-digit run, like 10-0, 15-0. Obviously, 15-0 would be the most ideal. But Harris has his shot blocked. Jenkins with the rebound. Here's a shot from Cade. It's no good. Got to make those shots. Mitchell will lay it up and in, and it just feels like a dagger. Obviously, you got 10.5 to go, but it just feels so hopeless to come back here. And a foul is called on Cleveland. Exactly. The Knicks are going to be very well rested because best case scenario for Detroit, assuming they do drop this game, they'll be able to win the series by Friday. And the Knicks will have been off then since Sunday. So almost a week. I think assuming the conference finals I don't know when the conference finals games would begin. But if they begin on Sunday, they would have a full week of rest, and maybe that could work to your advantage because you'd be fresh and ready to go. But they would be fresh and well rested. So Cunningham with a floater doesn't go. He does get fouled. Nope, it's out of bounds, or it's going to be a foul on Detroit. Jalen Duren with his fourth foul. And you got to remember, again, Kenny Atkinson, this playoffs has not lost a home game, but he's lost every single road game. So Merrill with the shot, no good. Mobley now has it. And Mitchell with the rebound floats it in. Now almost a 20-point lead. Pistons had a chance to go up 3-1. They still have that chance, but it's becoming all the more difficult as Jalen Duren turned the ball over. My goodness. My goodness, Jalen Duren. What is going on in your brain right now? Duncan Robinson's heading to the bench. Karis LeVert is checked in. I pointed out earlier in this game, if Karis LeVert's your leading scorer, that might not bode well for you, and, well, it did not. Mobley for 3, no good. Cunningham with the board. Cunningham, probably his worst game of the postseason. Crowd wanted a turnover there for Tobias Harris. Instead, it'll be a miss and a rebound for Strus. This is just a whimper of a game. 0 for 5 this quarter. Donovan Mitchell, after starting the game with 4 points, has a chance to get 30. I mean, this is just pathetic. Largest lead of the series for the Cavs. They were up 19. Right, but I guess it's like you're with the Mara thing, like, I don't know if they can trade up to get Mara, so I'm not gonna speak on that. But it's like you're basically lottery. You're running the lottery in that case, right? Because you don't know that Mara is going to be better than Duran. I mean, right now it's pretty terrible for Duran, but again, you're taking a risk there, one way or the other. Not that I am averse to or desire taking risks. You're gonna have to. Oh, Thompson, I think pulled something. There's gonna be more free throws. Right. So I don't have much to say at this point, guys. This has been a pretty brutal game. You had a chance to sweep this series going into Cleveland, and now you're going to have to win in 6 at the minimum. And that would entail you winning on the road, which Kenny Atkinson has not given up a loss at home. And Cunningham finally has a shot go down. Well, it is basically a positionless basketball at this point, right? I mean, isn't Asar technically a guard? That is out of bounds. Yeah, we're going to need 19 more from you, Cade, in 8.5 minutes. Not impossible, but it's might as well be. Whoa. Finally, Jalen Duren shows some life. I mean, it's about time. You're down 17 now. I mean, that's, again, you need to be able to get your rebounds on defense, and that was a missed offensive or a missed rebound. Oh, nice stop there. They're going to not call shot clock violation. Cunningham for a 3 ball. Got it. Now it's a 14-point game, and Cleveland calls a TO. I'm still of the belief that Fears is not actually going to go in the draft, but each day that it doesn't, come out that he is staying, it becomes a little bit more of a concern. Yeah, but like, why would you want to go portal diving with Jeremy Fears? He was easily the best player on the team last year and one of the better point guards. Like, I would rather not go portal diving for Jeremy Fears' spot. Why did when they had the Pistons fan, they had Spurs highlights going. in this stupid advertisement. Also, I just want to point out, I don't want to be that guy, but it's definitely an array of people, you know? A very specific set of people. I can't believe that Amazon Prime is putting a 10 o'clock game. What a stupid league, dude. They put on a game at 10 p.m. on Amazon Prime, of all places, too. That's crazy to me. "29 second half points for Donovan Mitchell, man. That's just unacceptable." Wait, 29 points in the second half? He had 4. How does he? He has 31 total points. Doesn't he have 27 in the half then? Oh, no, he's got 33. Okay, so they got the number wrong. Harden has the ball. Harden back over to Dean Wade. Wade puts up a shot. Doesn't get it to the rim, though. It's going to be a shot clock violation. 6:32 to go. Pistons could make this interesting if they can go on a run here. LeVert has it. Right now, the Pistons are on a 7-0 run, but they're still down 14. LeVert over to Cade. He's going to try. Oh, my goodness. Duran had a wide open dunk, and he drops the ball. I think he thought that Cade was going to shoot a 3. Ugh. Now that you can't. And Cunningham caught for the foul. Oh my gosh. This whole what are you doing? Stop, look, eyes on the ball, Duran. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Duran wasn't even looking, dude. I mean, I don't know who to blame more, because Cade's got to be aware of his guys, being aware of the ball coming their way, but Duran's got to know where the ball is to begin with. That's like basketball 101. You have to know where the ball is. Mitchell with a floater. Free throws for Donovan Mitchell. This was just an ugly game from the get-go, man. That was a weird noise coming from the audio. That was like a. Yeah, Duran needs to get his head into the game, not wherever it is. Well, I mean, they have home court advantage. Kenny Atkinson is yet to win a road playoff game. I mean, if we win tomorrow, or not tomorrow, well, if we win on Wednesday night, you're right back in it, right? You're in a spot where Cleveland has to win 2 in a row. It does feel demoralizing because to come away from Cleveland and not get a game, one game, especially in both of these games where it did feel like you had a shot to take one of these games in both cases. Obviously, this game, the third quarter, got way out of hand. But you had an opportunity. You were up 4, and you started with the basketball, and then you just proceeded to not make a single shot for like 5 minutes or more than that. And there's a 3 from Mitchell. I mean, this is just unbelievable, man. 38 points. And a nice move by Thompson with the reverse. A little too late. 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a punch in the gut. Pistons still have home court advantage. They very well still could win this series. But like everything's just coming up Cleveland right now. No runs of significance. Duran has to pass it. No, he doesn't, I guess. Thought he double dribbled there. Harris is fouled. Couldn't even get the shot, though. Yeah, I mean, this is about as bad of a second half as the Pistons had played all postseason. I don't know how else to put it. They've been actually pretty good in their second halves overall. The closest thing to this second half was probably that game, but obviously they ended up winning that game, so you could say it was a good second half. No, I mean, if you get to game 7 in this series, I have a hard time believing you'll be able to beat New York in a 7-game set because you'll have played 14 games. They'll have played, what, 10 games? I think didn't they beat the Hawks in 6? Sounds right. Maybe it wasn't 7. I don't know. But either way, less games than you. They swept the Sixers. I'm not totally sure who's a free agent. I think maybe Michael Porter Jr. He's probably going to be a name you hear about. I think he's a free agent. I don't know. He could be. Schroeder. Oh, he's talking about defensively. I was like, Schroeder. This is a game that you have to just throw away the third quarter. Oh, wow. Pistons catch a break on that missed alley-oop, but hits the deck. Schroeder did not hit the deck. What are you talking about? What the? Why did Noah Eagle say that he hit the deck? He was still standing up. Karis LeVert, man. Also, by the way, people are going to point the finger at Duran, obviously, for good reason, but Duncan Robinson had a pretty terrible game, too. And so did Cade. I mean, Cade didn't have a good game either. It was a combination of things. Karis LeVert had an amazing game. You give him credit, but nobody else showed up with him. I don't mind Noah Eagle. but he does sound way too much like his dad, which I guess makes sense. I don't know if the Knicks would be wiping us, but because you have to remember, of course, Pistons went 7 games against Orlando. I guess Cleveland also went 7 games, but Pistons came out winning 2 in a row. And with New York, the entirety of the season, New York has played very poorly against Detroit. Yeah, but at least Ian Eagle is a really good commentator. I think so, at least. Knicks in 6? That would be brutal. I don't want to live in a world where the Knicks eliminate us from the playoffs after all that, after the entirety of the regular season that we were dominating them. What? Where in the world are these people where there's just seals? Is that in the United States? Where are seals? I always thought they were in like the Arctic. Are there seals just in North America? Well, I should say America, not North America. Yeah, like probably northern Canada. Well, we did win game 6 last week or last series. Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's a factor. But that's playoff basketball, man. It's hard to win on the road. You know, I mean Cleveland hasn't won a road game either. And well, they've been worse than us. Cleveland didn't win a single road game in their 7-game set. At least we won one. There was some good defense in there too. I don't think it was only them just chucking up shots, but yeah, they don't miss 21 shots because we just had really good defense. Or what was it, 23 shots in a row? Something like that? Yeah, and Cunningham not helping it. Like, I mean, if Cunningham has a bad game, the team's probably not going to win, which makes perfect sense to me. He's the best player on the team. So when the best player doesn't perform, team doesn't win. I mean, you saw even at the beginning of this game, Donovan Mitchell wasn't performing. Team was losing. Donovan Mitchell in the second half turns it on. Team wins. That'd be interesting. A battle for the bronze. Marcus Sasser has checked into this game, so the white flag has been raised. I guess Dennis Jenkins is shooting free throws. I mean, at this point, the game's over, so I'm staying live at this point because it's just too little to go. But I will say the momentum has obviously swung in favor of Cleveland. Now the pressure is on Detroit in Game 5 to bounce back and get the win. And look, Cleveland went into this game as the favorite, not by much, 4-point favorites. Detroit was 4-point underdogs, and they played like 20-point underdogs. I mean, now I understand the guys on the floor. Marcus Sasser just hits a three. I understand that they want to put on something, but obviously the game is over with Marcus Sasser, and I don't know. I mean, were the refs bad, Master? I don't. There were some calls that I thought were just kind of ridiculous, but I don't think the referees had much to do with the performance of the night. I think it had to do with giving up 21 unanswered in the third quarter. Also, I think it might just be a fact that we just don't play well when we play on NBC. I don't know why. We just always, except for game 2. We won game 2. That was on NBC. I guess both the first 2 games were on NBC, weren't they? Or game 1 was. We won one game on NBC. Every other game we lose on NBC. Probably just allergies. I'm not sick, although I am sick of this game. No, there was the one foul on Duren against Harden that I thought was kind of ridiculous, but that's just James Harden. Paul Reed steals the ball. Paul Reed, basically the only momentum. I mean, they're going to lose the game. I don't know what you mean by momentum going into Game 5. The momentum is Cleveland's got to win. But ultimately, all that matters is who wins the series. Pistons got to win 2 more games, but now Cleveland's going to be in the exact same spot. But Cleveland has to win a game on the road. We don't have to win a game on the road, which, I would have liked that we were just done with this by today, but as it stands, we could be done with this by the end of next week, the end of the weekend. Jason Tatum is a very awkward human being. It's because he went to Duke. Duke players are known for being awkward and weirdos. See JJ Redick. I don't know if he's awkward. Well, he's kind of a weirdo. So, Cleveland's bringing in their bench warmers. Detroit has their bench warmers in. It's an 8-point game with 49.7. A 13-2 run by Detroit in the last minute or so. Could you imagine if the Detroit bench warmers managed to come back and force overtime? I don't even know if that's possible. They'd have to steal and then get they'd have to not miss a shot for the rest of the game and get 100 steals. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Jorge. It was yeah, it's just disappointing. I mean, like it's just an ugly game. Game that you really can't have. And you were leading at the half. That I think is what's most frustrating is that you definitely had the opportunity to win this game. You're winning at the half. You know, you have plenty of yeah, you have the ability to close that out. Obviously, it's a lot of things, but you just 4-point play. Could you imagine? 2 4-point plays. Well, yeah, it's basically impossible. I go like I don't think it is like oh man. But Mobley dunks it and then ends the game. Basically. 10-point game. And there's the game. James Harden comes away with the turnover. Please just don't foul. Okay. Javante fouled Donovan Mitchell. Why? 27 and a half seconds. I just want to go to bed now. Guess I can't just go to bed. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait until the actual end. Well, now you have to win game 5. I mean, if you lose a series that you were up 2-0, I it's hard for me to look at this season as a I mean, okay. Yeah, it'd be hard for me to look at this season as a success given the 60 wins, given the number 1 seed and given only one playoff series win. You know, I said the floors conference finals, they're right there. They're certainly right there available to them. But they definitely blew a huge opportunity to go up big in this series. I just like, do we have to go 7 games again? I don't think my heart can take it. I'd rather not have to do all of these live reacts. You guys wouldn't believe it, but these live reacts take a lot out of me. It's exhausting. Well, they play a different defense, Detroit fan. It's like when at the end of a game in the NFL and the team starts getting a bunch of yards. Like they're letting them shoot at this point. Shoot a 3. Shoot it, Sasser. Oh my gosh. Another stoppage because of the out of bounds. I just hate games that you lose when you're winning at the half. I do. I understand that there's more. He doesn't make it. Doesn't matter. So Cavs end up with a win. It's not a double-digit win, but it is a 112-103 win. A awful second half by the Pistons leads to a Cavaliers season evener. That's a word. All right, fellas. We'll break it down tomorrow. But I'm going to bed. I'll be going to bed sad as it stands. But hey, you know, last week at this time, yeah. Well, no, actually, 2 weeks ago at this time, Pistons were down 3-1. So not trying to play you know, hindsight or anything like that, but we of all people should know that series aren't over, even if you lose a couple of games on the road. So, all right, man. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See you later.